Our mission really is to get way beyond those common myths. We want to unpack the real art and science behind optimal hydration.
Right.
We've looked at some great insights. People like Crystal Scott, she's a registered dietitian nutritionist. Dr. Dana Cohen, an integrative medicine physician.
Yeah.
And also Devin Wagner, another RD.
Yeah.
We've sifted through what they're saying to give you the essential stuff.
And seriously, this isn't just about like not feeling thirsty, understanding hydration properly. It's kind of a surprising shortcut. Feeling better, thinking more clearly, just supporting everything your body does.
Yeah.
We're aiming for those aha moments today, hoping to get you quickly up to speed without feeling totally overwhelmed.
Exactly. A clear picture.
Okay, so let's really unpack this then. Water. Why is it so fundamental? We know it's important, obviously, but what's actually happening inside our bodies?
It's pretty incredible, really. Water is involved in, well, practically every function. It's not just about, wetting your whistle.
Right.
It's critical for circulating nutrients around, regulating your body temperature, keeping you cool or warm, flushing out waste products, those toxins. And it supports cognition, your brain power, plus physical performance. Crystal Scott really breaks this down well. She points out how it regulates that internal temp, transports nutrients, gets rid of waste, cushions your joints and tissues, and it's absolutely key for maintaining that delicate fluid and electrolyte balance. It's survival, basically.
And it's kind of wild how much we lose constantly, isn't it? Just breathing, sweating, even those like invisible metabolic things happening.
Yeah, constantly.
You hear you can go weeks without food, but only days without water. That really hits home. If you don't replenish, the effects kick in pretty fast.
They really do. It just underscores how irreplaceable water is.
No.
Scott uses a really powerful analogy comparing our bodies to the Earth.
Oh, yeah.
She says, just like the Earth is mostly water, so are we. And then she asks you to imagine what happens to ecosystems, forests, food supplies if the Earth's water levels just plummeted.
Disaster. Total breakdown.
Exactly. She says it's the same with our bodies. Everything just starts to break down without enough water.
Wow, that really puts it into perspective, makes you realize how truly foundational it is. Speaking of foundational.
Yeah, Scott actually emphasizes that if you're making any kind of health or lifestyle change, could be diet, could be exercise, whatever, checking your water intake should be the very first step.
Really? The first thing?
The first thing. She finds proper hydration directly links to things like feeling full, your satiety signals, also mental clarity, mood, physical endurance, and it even helps prevent common issues, things like constipation, kidney stones, UTIs.
Okay, so it's not just a side note, it's like one of the main pillars.
Absolutely. A fundamental pillar of health, no question.
Okay, so let's tackle the big one then, that 8x8 rule. 8-ounce glasses, it was the gold standard for ages, right?
For sure.
Is it really the answer for everyone? Or is it more like, I don't know, a friendly suggestion that maybe we've outgrown a bit?
Well, Crystal Scott would say it's a decent starting point.
Yeah.
It gets people thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scientific understanding has definitely moved on. It's not really a one-size-fits-all situation anymore.
So it varies.
It varies quite a lot, actually. Your ideal intake depends on factors like your age, your sex, how active you are physically, your general lifestyle, even where you live.
Like climate.
Exactly. Hot, humid climates mean you need more. Intense workouts definitely need more. Pregnancy, breastfeeding, those significantly increase your fluid needs too.
And there are more specific numbers out there now, aren't there? I saw something from the National Academy.
Yeah, the U.S. National Academies of the Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, they give more detailed guidelines. They suggest roughly 125 ounces for men.
Which is about 3.7 liters, or maybe 15.5 cups. And for women, it's around 91 ounces.
Okay, 91 ounces. That's about 2.7 liters, or 11.5 cups.
That's right. And notice, that's quite a bit more than the old 8 glasses for most people.
Definitely. But here's something interesting, and I think it gets missed a lot.
What's that?
Those totals, they aren't just about beverages, right? They include water from food, too.
Yes, absolutely crucial point. Those figures include all fluid sources, drinks, and water-rich foods. So you might be getting a good chunk of your hydration from your diet without even realizing it.
Like what kind of foods?
Oh, things like cucumbers, watermelon, oranges, celery, strawberries. They're packed with water. They contribute quite significantly to that daily total.
Okay, now this is where it gets maybe a little controversial, or at least challenges the old way of thinking. Dr. Dana Cohen, she's an integrative medicine physician, wrote a book called Quench.
Yes, I know her work.
She has a pretty strong take on the 8 glasses rule. I heard her on a podcast. I think it was Mind Body Green, basically saying it comes from nowhere. Wow. Okay. Strong words.
Yeah. She argues it makes no sense to think someone who's, say, 120 pounds needs the same amount as someone who's 250 pounds, or someone who eats tons of watery fruits versus someone who doesn't or lives in different climates.
She's got a point. It does seem overly simplistic when you put it like that.
Yeah.
How can one number fit all those variables?
Exactly. It's kind of amazing how ingrained that myth became without much solid science behind it for everyone.
It really does show how ideas stick. So, what does Dr. Cohen suggest instead?
She prefers a more personalized starting point. Her guideline is to drink half your body weight in ounces.
Half your body weight in ounces. Okay, so if you weigh, say, 160 pounds.
Then you'd aim for about 80 ounces of water as a baseline.
Got it. 80 ounces. That feels more tailored.
Right. But she's also quick to stress, this is a flexible starting point. It's not some rigid formula you have to hit every single day because your needs change constantly. Diet, exercise, the weather, your health, it all plays a role.
So it's a guideline to get you started, not an absolute rule.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Much more adaptable.
Exactly. It's a great practical benchmark to aim for. But this brings up a really fascinating question, maybe even a surprising one.
Which is?
Can you actually drink too much water? We're always told drink more, but is there a limit?
It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yes, you absolutely can. While it's pretty rare for the average healthy person just going about their day,
Okay.
drinking excessive amounts of water can be dangerous. It can lead to a serious condition called hyponatremia.
Hyponatremia, what exactly is that?
Basically, it happens when you drink so much water so quickly that your kidneys just get overwhelmed. They can't filter it out fast enough.
Okay, so what happens then?
The result is that the sodium levels in your blood become dangerously diluted. Sodium is crucial for balancing fluids inside and outside your cells. When it gets too diluted, water rushes into your cells, causing them to swell up.
Swell up. That sounds bad.
It can be very bad. In severe cases, it can lead to serious health problems like seizures, coma, and it can even be life-threatening.
Wow. Okay, so it's not something most of us need to panic about if we're just, trying to up our intake a bit.
Generally, no, not for everyday hydration efforts.
But it's important to know the extreme exists. Who's most at risk then? I've heard athletes sometimes run into trouble.
Exactly. It's more commonly seen in a couple of groups. People with certain pre-existing health conditions, like kidney failure or heart failure, where fluid regulation is already compromised.
Makes sense.
And also, yes, endurance athletes, particularly those who engage in really intense, prolonged exercise, think marathon runners or triathletes, and consume huge amounts of plain water without also replacing the electrolytes, like sodium, that they're sweating out.
Ah, so it's a combination of too much water and not enough electrolytes.
Precisely. It really highlights that it's about balance, not just sheer quantity.
Okay, that's really important context. So moving away from the extremes and back to the everyday practical stuff, how do you, the listener, know if you're hitting your sweet spot? What are the signs your body gives you?
Well, Crystal Scott points to one really simple, accessible indicator as maybe the best one. Urine color.
Ah, yes, the pee test.
The pee test. Basically, if your urine is a pale light yellow color or almost clear, you're likely well hydrated.
Okay.
But if it's consistently dark yellow or amber colored, that's a pretty clear signal from your body saying, hey, I need more fluids.
And Dr. Cohen agrees on that one too, right? Pale yellow is good.
Yep, she's on the same page. Pale yellow is optimal. She adds that consistently clear urine might actually mean you're drinking a bit too much, potentially overhydrating. And dark yellow definitely signals dehydration.
Okay, so pale yellow is the target. Good to know. What about other signs? Besides, checking the toilet bowl, sometimes I feel tired and immediately think I need coffee or a snack. Could it be dehydration?
You absolutely hit on a common one. Fatigue is a big sign. But others include headaches, constipation things, not moving smoothly, poor sleep quality.
Interesting. I didn't connect sleep to hydration.
Yeah, it can impact it. Also, general dizziness, difficulty concentrating, that feeling of mental fog, or even feeling lightheaded. These can all be subtle or not so subtle signs.
Got it.
And Dr. Cohen offers a couple more really specific actionable clues. One is pee frequency.
How often you go?
Exactly. She suggests a good target is needing to go about every 2 to 3 hours during the day. If you're going much less often than that, it could be a sign you're underhydrated.
2 to 3 hours. Okay, that's a useful benchmark.
And she specifically mentions that common afternoon slump, around 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Prime coffee or sugar craving time.
Right. She says before you reach for that snack or caffeine, try drinking a glass of water first. because often that sluggish feeling is, in her words, just low-grade dehydration.
Huh. That's a fantastic little hack. I'm definitely trying that next time the 3 p.m. fog rolls in. Water first.
It's worth a shot. And at the end of the day, Crystal Scott's advice is beautifully simple. When in doubt, drink water.
Can't argue with that. Simple and effective. Okay, so for those listening who are thinking, right, I need to be more consistent, or maybe I want to make this feel less like a chore, what are some smart, practical ways to build better hydration habits?
Crystal Scott really emphasizes starting gradually. Don't try to go from, say, 2 glasses a day to 12 overnight.
Right, that sounds overwhelming.
Totally. First step, she says, is just to get honest about how much you currently drink. Just track it for a day or two. Then set achievable goals. That half your body weight in ounces we talked about. That's a great baseline goal to work towards.
Okay, so figure out your baseline target. For example, if someone weighs 200 pounds, their target is roughly 100 ounces.
Exactly. And then Scott suggests increasing slowly. If you find you're only drinking maybe 20 ounces now, don't jump straight to 100. Increase by just 8 or 10 ounces each week.
Okay. Why the slow increase?
Because trying to gulp down way more water than you're used to all at once can actually make you feel kind of bloated or sluggish,
Yeah.
which, defeats the purpose of trying to feel better.
Good point. Slow and steady wins the race. What about other practical tips, making water more appealing or easier to remember?
Yeah, the experts offer a bunch of great ideas. One big one is flavoring your water naturally. Squeeze in some lemon or lime, toss in cucumber slices, berries, maybe some mint. Makes it feel less boring.
Good idea. What else?
Pay attention to temperature. Some people prefer ice cold, others like room temperature. Drink it whichever way makes it more satisfying for you.
Okay.
Also, choose your bottle wisely. Sometimes a huge jug feels intimidating. Maybe using smaller, refillable bottles throughout the day feels more manageable.
Divide and conquer, kind of?
Exactly. Divide your intake. Set mini goals like finish this bottle by lunchtime, finish the next one by 3 p.m. That breaks it down.
Smart.
And the obvious one, carry a reusable water bottle everywhere. If it's right there, you're more likely to sip on it.
Can't drink it if you don't have it.
Precisely. Don't forget you can eat your water too. Load up on those water-rich foods, cucumbers, melons, oranges, leafy greens. It all counts.
All right, the food contribution.
You can also get creative with ice cubes. Freeze some with herbs like mint or pureed fruits inside. Add a little pop of flavor as they melt.
Ooh, I like that one. Fancy.
And finally, just set reminders. Whether it's hourly alarms on your phone, notes on your desk, or using a hydration tracking app, whatever works to keep it top of mind.
Lots of great actionable ideas there. So if we zoom out again, connect this back to the bigger picture, beyond just, basic survival and avoiding dehydration headaches, what are the really profound whole body benefits when you consistently stay well hydrated? It feels like it must ripple out everywhere.
Well, it absolutely does. The ripple effect is huge. Let's start with better physical performance.
Okay.
When you exercise, you lose fluids through sweat. Even losing a small percentage of your body weight in water can seriously impair your endurance, your coordination, even your body's ability to regulate its temperature effectively.
So even slight dehydration makes exercise feel harder.
Significantly harder. It drains your energy faster, makes you feel weaker. Staying hydrated helps you perform better and safer.
Makes sense. What about the brain? You mentioned clarity earlier.
Yes, improved brain function is a massive benefit. Mild dehydration, we're not talking severe, just mild, has been shown again and again to negatively impact memory, mood, and attention span.
Wow. So that afternoon fog might literally be a dry brain.
Kind of. When your brain cells don't have enough water, they can't communicate as efficiently. Drinking enough helps your brain operate at its peak, potentially reducing anxiety and clearing up that mental fog.
Okay, that's a big motivator right there. What else? Digestion.
Absolutely. Crucial for digestive support. Water helps your body absorb nutrients from food. It keeps things moving smoothly through your digestive tract. It helps soften stool, which prevents or relieves constipation. Basically keeps the whole GI system happy and functioning properly.
Right, keeps things flowing.
Exactly. And then there's the benefit many people are interested in, healthier skin.
Ah, the beauty benefit.
Well, it's more than just beauty. Proper hydration keeps your skin cells plump and resilient, which improves elasticity. It also helps your body flush out toxins that might otherwise contribute to breakouts or a dull-looking complexion. So yes, it contributes to that healthy glow.
Better performance, sharper brain, smoother digestion, healthier skin. It really does touch almost everything.
It really is a full-body boost.
Yeah.
Foundational, like we said.
So wrapping this all up, The main takeaway from this deep dive, it really seems like there isn't one single magic number for water intake that fits everyone.
No, definitely not. If there's one core message, it's this. Listen to your body. Pay attention to its unique signals.
Right. And balance is key, isn't it? I saw a quote from Devin Wagner, the RD at Ohio State.
Yes, she put it really well. She said something like, digestive health, brain performance, kidney function, and temperature regulation all rely on hydration. But more water isn't always better. Balance is key.
Balance is key. Love that.
It nails it.
So for you listening, the action plan is really about awareness. Pay attention to your environment. Is it hot, dry? Pay attention to your activity level. Did you work out hard? Look at your diet, eating lots of fruits and veggies, and tune into those body signals, your thirst, your urine color, how you feel.
And adjust accordingly. Let those factors be your guide day by day.
Exactly. Be flexible. Be mindful.
Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you to ponder. If you start really tuning into your body's subtle cues about something as fundamental as hydration,
Mm-hmm.
how might that skill, that awareness, transform other areas of your well-being?
Mm.
Beyond just how much water you drink,
Mm.
what other insights might your body be trying to share with you if you just start listening more closely?